Hey, hello, my friends. Welcome to the Artist Next Level podcast. I'm super excited to have here with me a conversation with two good friends, Picardo and Marsha Lucas. We're going to have a great chat. They are a team artist couple. I'm always excited to talk about art with couples who are both creative. So they have a great story, and we're going to share that with you today. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a good chat.
Resources, inspiring interviews, business practices, and practical advice to take your art career to the next level. Join Sergio Gomez in today's Artist Next Level and get ready to take control of your career.
Hey, Picardo, and hi, Marsha. Good to see you. How are you today?
Great to see you, Sergio. A pleasure, my pleasure. Deeply appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah, wonderful to meet you again for the first time. Still getting to know you.
Exactly. Yeah. Likewise, Marsha. First time we meet here through video. Hopefully soon we're gonna meet in person because we are both now here in South Florida.
Right.
I'm excited to chat with both of you, and particularly because Picardo and I, we known each other from quite a bit long time.
That's right.
Back in the days when we both were in the Midwest, I was in Chicago, you were in Michigan,
Right.
and I think we met in Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
And we kind of started following each other, and once in a while, having conversations over social media. And so it's been fun to see, your progression as an artist too, the live beautiful work that you create, and then now your transition here to South Florida, and
Yes.
Also, we're going to talk with Marsha to also, get to know her work too, and your collaboration of both of you guys and artists. You are actually doing many things, not just the paintings, but
Yeah.
you are also into fashion and collaborations, and
That's
Marsha's into dance and jewelry and performance, and I think there's a lot of ways in which we can go.
It is. Yes.
But but first of all, let's start a little bit with you, Picardo. Let's just go a little bit back in time to when we first met. So tell me a little bit for our friends who may not know you.
Okay.
Where you grew up and how you ended up in Michigan. Just in a few words.
Right. So I'm originally from Dominican Republic. So moved to my father had the opportunity to make the all paperwork for the family, which is a little bit different process for Dominican for the rest of the Latino community. Back in 1997, I believe, it took actually 7 years for us, for the entire family. I have two sisters, a brother, mother and father. By that time, my mother passed away last year, unfortunately. So I came to United States 1998, I'm sorry, and then living in New York for 4 years. It was a big step for us to live mother in Dominican Republic, because my father and my mother were divorced long ago, and then all of the paperwork required to be all together. So for me, it was very, very painful going back and forward to Puerto Rico when I have family also, Dominican Republic, taking care of mother, coming back to New York. And it was a time that somebody said, wait a minute, you've been jumping here and there. If you in a position to do something in the United States, this is the right opportunity. So focus in what you want. And then I met a friend of mine who actually was a part of my town in Dominican Republic, live in Michigan, in West Michigan, Grand Rapids.
Okay.
Take a little break. Come over here. I help you to connect here and there. I just show up 4 years later, and it was another limbo. Like what I'm doing here, because Michigan, 21 years ago, is not like now. But still, they still developing. They still diversity didn't exist by that time. So I had to work probably 3 times more than anybody else. This is what I got. This is what I'm capable to do. But yeah, took a little, even too much out of myself.
Yeah.
I've been jumping here and there. I had the opportunity to develop the very first Latin American art show, and the very first Caribbean art show in Michigan, in West Michigan, and then had the opportunity to build uh, an organization that I named the Caribbean Coalition for the Art and Culture, who was the umbrella
Mm.
for me to um, host Alas Latinas, was an annual event that I host for 7 years over there. It was an award recognition for all Latinas in this area, in many different, education, health, community services, and so on. Um, Plus, working with fine art, my passion to keep,
Hmm.
working and developing new work, new exhibition, and helping others. Um, I got also the opportunity to work with one of the public school, or the main public school in Grand Rapids, which allow me to work in many different branch who has the majority of Latino students there, bringing some workshop.
Okay.
That was another very interesting thing for me. And I done 22 art mural over there. The
Wow.
big project over there.
Yeah.
That building the profile, building my portfolio. But I'm actually, when I met you in 2007, I was reviewing my thing and said, man, I've been jumping in too many different things, and I left something important in my art career was actually to keep connecting with you, because you were growing and doing a lot of things. And, hey, Sergio, I'm here.
Yes.
But
I
of
remember.
course, it was like during the process, I learned a lot of myself, a lot of
Yeah.
the tools, especially the business part, which is now
Yes.
a little bit solid, or very solid right now.
There.
I think
Hmm.
it meant to be go through fire first, and then mold that particular strong thing in my art career. So now in
Yeah.
Miami, um,
You've taken off here.
yeah,
It's only been a year, but it's been a lot of hard work.
right,
But
right,
Picardo underplays it, but he has been moving forward, and he's gotten a lot of attention of several nonprofit organizations that are mover and shakers in Miami, and they've been very
Nice.
impressed
Perfect.
with what he's been doing in just a year.
Perfect.
right.
Excellent. So before we continue talking about Miami, now I want to talk to Marsha. Then we'll move
Yes.
to Miami. So Marsha, tell us a little bit about yourself too. How you became an artist, and where did you met Picardo?
Um, well, really, my minor art career started well over 20 years ago. I'm one of the self-made artists, and just started painting and drawing and taking from plein air, which when I was sort of starting out at the time, I didn't know it was plein air, but just, drawing and painting outside here and there. Always interested in art, had a very encouraging art teacher in high school, and then from there I just kind of picked up. But as I became more of an adult and into my, over my formative years, I started to develop a little bit more. And then probably around 2000, I finally got into artistic modeling. And that was, modeling for art students at Western Michigan University, K College. I was living in Kalamazoo, Michigan at the time, and several private artists. So for me, I wasn't drawing and painting as much, but that was satisfying my artistic outlet. But as I did this over the years, I was learning technique. So then what I was hearing and learning as I was also modeling for the students, I started to apply it to my own, growing career, starting to do just public art events here and there, small ones. Kalamazoo also had a very small art community. So whatever they had going on, I was applying to and trying to move that forward. And eventually I turned my art into restorations. And
Oh, wow. Okay.
so that was part of my career for a long time. It was somewhat popular, but didn't really take off. And that was restoring vintage maps onto canvas. And they
Oh,
were,
okay.
they were able to be archived and restored and refreshened up. But I stopped with that business and then moved to Grand Rapids. Eventually got into Art Prize about 4
Mhm.
times between 2015 and 2019. I think it was around that time, 2016, 2019. And then, of course, the pandemic sort of got in the way. But in Grand Rapids, joined some art groups, continued on with my modeling at Kendall and Grand Valley Community College. So that's been my biggest background is artistic modeling. Even
Very
though
cool.
even though my medium has changed, often
Yeah.
I've been moving more into the 3D area in my art.
Perfect. Perfect. And how did you meet Picardo? How you guys met?
You said it right.
Well, originally,
Okay, let's see. Whose version do we go first?
Right.
Originally, he hit me up on Facebook to work.
Okay.
The Grand Rapids Opera. They were going to have a performance, and this was around 2000, 2019 or 2000. It was like around 2000, sort of when the pandemic phase. We were sort of trying to come out of the pandemic, so it was later in 2020. And he was looking for dancers, and I had ballet background, and actually that started to kind of get things rolling. We had several meetings. He was looking for an assistant. I started rehearsing to do this dance for the opera. It was going to be at the Festival of the Arts, which is a 3-day art festival in Grand Rapids, and it's it's almost nationally known, but not quite. Sort of half nationally known.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then everything shut down again. The festival shut down, the opera shut it down, but we continued collaborating and working, and I sort of became his assistant and to help kind of do the business end of it, and just started coming up with ideas. We got him into an LLC, so now I'm co-founder and he's the main founder of Picardo Colors LLC. We opened up a little viewing salon we had in Grand Rapids for about a year, and then just kind of took off from there. Was able to get into Art Basel here at 2022.
There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we decided we could work all year round here in South Florida. So that's kind of what did it. And I mean, as you know, from being in Chicago in the winter, a lot of stuff just shuts down.
Yes, exactly. And that's as I was thinking about this, as both of you joining the episode today, it's kind of a different, right? Like in the Midwest, we're used to the summer, you cram as much activities as you can because that's when the weather is nice, people are out. Then the winter comes in and everybody goes back inside, which winters are long. They start November all the way to March or so. And so you spend half of the year, with jackets and cold and not much outdoor activity. And, that's also why the reason we moved here to South Florida, because we wanted a year-round calendar of activities and doing things. And I think, particularly, Picardo, for your work, the vibrancy of the color, the vibrancy of your imagery is very much, you still have that very much Caribbean soul in your art that always, for as much I love the Midwest and Michigan and Chicago, but I think your art was still calling you to a sunny Caribbean environment where it can flourish and feel like what you're seeing in the work. Tell me how the environment, now that you went back to a warmer weather, has changed your art or the way you see your own work, the way you feel about your art being now in a warmer climate.
I think probably going to add a little bit of on the past. So arriving to West Michigan, my intention was to
Yeah.
promote. I was very happy to promote my own identity through my career, through my pieces, and
Yeah.
then it was a run, well, run in a way between quotes, because not many people in that area, they don't understand the Afro in us, within us.
Hmm.
Talking about
Hmm.
Negroes, talking about history in using my art was a very, very well, a good decision in a good way for me to promote myself. But in order to break that barrier, not many people understand
Hmm.
what I have to talk about the African influence in my own identity. So
Yes.
it was a big gap, when people say, "Well, I love what you're doing, but I had no idea." They didn't talk to you right away. I don't want to buy. I don't want to hear anything about that. So I changed a little bit, changing the strategy to keep promoting my own work, and then
Hmm.
um, start. It was like the second wave of art, doing a lot of series of abstract work, of course, very colorful,
Yeah.
three-dimensional thing, using a lot of uh, uh, texture, fine object. So that was actually helping me to start opening some possible clients, galleries, some
Hmm.
possible exhibition. Um, so I took back the identity when I was feeling very solid. Okay, now they know my name, they know who I am. Let's talk about exactly what I'm proud of.
Mm.
So
Yes.
I once again bring it back between one thing and another. And of course, the most recent series of work that I'm doing is basically bringing our own reality as a human being. Whatever
Hmm.
is we see in a regular day, I try to
Yeah.
grab that and put it a kind of storytelling thing in my pieces. I'm
Hmm.
very satisfied going through all of this process because once again we're learning, we used to readapt stuff and see and create like a very solid statement as an artist to talk.
Yes.
And the beginning also the
Mm.
English part was killing me. It took a little, well, no,
Yeah.
it took a lot for me to, you know, we never learned the right English, so we most of the time actually at the beginning was the Spanglish part, and
Spanglish. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but at least my pieces were talking for me. I don't have to open, a statement. So, very very interesting
Yes.
process during this time. It's good to mention, but
Yeah.
now back to the previous when we met. I
Uh-huh.
once again I'm very grateful to have the
Yes, I want to hear your side of the
exactly
story. Let's see if it matches.
being in West Michigan. Also, I have the opportunity to work with many different organizations. Uh,
Hmm.
so the opera opened an opportunity for me to bring a big show. The opera has all retirement wealthy people, so you don't see anybody
Hmm.
else. So it was white crowd with money,
Hmm.
and I made a
Hmm.
proposal. Okay, what about if we bring something a collection of the opera, Afro Caribbean folk and dance and music and drumming. The director was living in New York, so he was very open-minded. Said, "Let's do it." The very first edition was a hit. I mean, people really love it. However, I remember being in backstage. I was looking through the curtain, and everybody was like, "I don't know what we expect here," but they were there, you know. So yeah, to
Great.
the end, it was a big hit, and I was wow, we can make this. So since that point, the following year, they said, we want you back again. And the pandemic showed
Hmm.
up. The first year, it was
Yes.
another big gap, so we couldn't make it. The following year, said, we're going to have it now because it's time to reopen our auditorium for something else. So we have a chance to meet formally. And then, well, with your background, I think it's if I incorporate into the following edition of this big performance is
Hmm.
going to be another great thing. And of course, so
I was working on a tango piece actually.
exactly.
On a
Oh, tango. Okay.
yeah,
So
I just
the Latin rhythms.
yeah, I signed up with a private instructor there in Grand Rapids to help me get through some of my work out the kinks, so to speak, and some of
Yeah.
what I learned over the years. And yeah, everything was moving along really well until,
Yes,
like I said, until the two festivals were going to be merged together. So when one shut down, the other one shut down. So that's why
Oh,
moving here has been a much more enriching, uh,
yeah.
eye-opening experience.
absolutely, yes.
Right. Yeah. No, I love that. No, thank you for sharing that story. And you never know how life takes you through different ways. You're been in Michigan for this long time. You also make wonderful people there, and you left a mark. Even as you
Yeah.
now have left Michigan, you both left a mark there, and people can still see the murals. As they
Yeah,
drive, and your art. The people that have collected your art there. They're part of your story and your journey as an artist. And both of you met there, right? So that's
right.
Mm-hmm.
what a wonderful thing happened. And now you came here, South Florida, starting flourishing again, starting anew,
Yeah,
giving yourself a new opportunity to do something new, to also leave your mark here now.
Yeah.
And something that I wanted to touch also on, because both of you are big in fashion. I want to hear about your love for fashion. Every time I go to Instagram and I see Picardo, he's got a different suit or a different shirt or a different glasses, so which is part of your brand, which I love it. There's
absolutely.
this liveliness in your art and in your also your persona as an artist, your brand. So and both of you embody it very well. Also the music, the drumming. I've watched many of your videos that you have posted with the music. I love those. And but tell me, where does the love for fashion comes from, and how you have how many suits you have in that closet? 'Cause I've never seen one the same twice.
Right,
It's
right.
it's not the suits, it's the shoes.
The shoes, okay.
The shoe collection.
Yeah,
Shoe collection.
it's
Who's got more shoes, Marsha or Picardo? I don't know.
yeah,
Ricardo,
it's
for
something
sure.
that probably talk a little bit. My father was dressing well always. We were a low income family in Dominican Republic. He got the opportunity long ago to work for the governor for long time. He's an accountant. So he started actually part of the seed that he was planting on us was the value to be a human being with value per se, and of course
Dignity, yeah.
the way you present yourself is better to many times people say don't judge by the book because people with suit and stuff it might be a little tricky, it might be a scam or it might be somebody who's selling dreams, and to the end of the day, oh my god,
Yes.
he looks so nice, but it was a mistake. But with this value that he
Yeah.
planted, both my mother and my father, I just get that one grow with me, presenting myself in a you know in a good way. Uh, um, so and then after I graduate out of the university, a way to present my final project was basically bringing new elements beside the visual art, the pieces of art. It was
Mm-hmm.
incorporating the fashion, which was a big
Mm-hmm.
deal for me because we don't have the money to buy the appropriate fabric,
Mm-hmm.
to buy the appropriate pigment. Um, but I learned, I talk about this often. It was one of the professors who was very determined and very
Mm-hmm.
close to us, to that group, that couldn't afford to buy even a simple watercolor paper by that time.
Mm.
I'm gonna be with you to the end. This is what we're gonna do. This is it. So we start collecting stuff out of the street. Pieces of metal, wood,
Mm.
something from the
Yeah.
tree, natural stuff. So I've been applying those type of element through my career, and of course now with the experience, transforming the whole thing in a high quality thing. So hopefully
Yeah.
here in Miami, we're gonna have and of course it's gonna happen because Miami is that way. Fashion is everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're gonna apply this particular element as a part of my career into the art and fashion. It's hard to detach from my own personal
Yes.
identity. Yeah, it's I didn't plan in back in the days to have that love for fashion and make it happen. But it's coming. It's
Mm-hmm.
coming.
Yeah.
I see a lot of positive things.
The painted suits, the
Yeah.
blue jeans, and yeah, a lot of artists, they do this. They print eventually their designs on fabrics and clothes. And I kind of still, I guess I'm old school. I like the hand painted items, just as sturdy, just as
Yes.
washable, just as wearable as anything printed. We've done a few printed pieces. We usually like to do the smaller ones, handkerchiefs, scarves, of that nature. But usually when it comes to like an entire suit or a pair of pants, like, there's just nothing like that personal touch of,
Yes.
of Picardo or myself painting on someone else's. Maybe they have a piece of clothing that they've been keeping fresh for decades or for years, and it means something to them, and to have a little added extra element to it makes it, brings it into the 21st century.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. And you have made it part of who you are and part of the brand that you embody. And it goes really well with the art you make too. It's not something foreign to it. They kind of go well together. The whole package is well thought out. And it's something that over the years you have been developing, and now, you continue to evolve and move forward. And now I think being here, it like you said, it makes total sense right now.
Yeah.
It's like two pieces of the puzzle that now found the match.
Absolutely. I truly believe it. Yes. So this is actually mention the repurpose furniture functional art that we include as a part of the whole thing. So I met a client yesterday, a possible big client, who says, I'm gonna be supporting financially your project. So let's make it happen. I got my finger crossed because our next conversation, I believe, is gonna be the final.
Yeah.
The final. Yeah. So here, whatever it took 20 years for me over there to make it happen, in a year we have a lot. I mean, God first. He been opening a lot of
exactly
opportunity, and
there's a lot of opportunity.
Yes, and we feel.
Yeah.
And we feel so happy.
We've had no idea how any of this is going to work out, and we still don't know because
Yeah.
we're a little bit mature into our careers, and this, by the time most people are getting to this, I don't want to say final, but let's just say, mature years of their life, they're ready to retire, they're ready to kind of relax a little bit and travel a little bit more, and we feel that, this was a big change for one.
Yes.
But for us, working and traveling, that's what we like to do. We like working vacations and adding that into to anything possible that's thrown at us.
Yeah, retire is
Perfect.
It won't be never in our front head.
Nope.
Retired now. We working till God allows to be here.
Yes, exactly. I love that. Yeah, that's what my wife and I, we often talk about retire. Why would you retire if you love what you do, right? I guess you want to retire if you don't like what you do, or you're tired of what you do, or the 9 to 5, whatever. But when you love what you do, and you want to keep working because you see more potential, you see more ideas. There are more things that you want to do, and that's why I love this conversation, because you guys came here. We just got here too, and it's like starting fresh, right? We already knew how things work where we came from in our previous cities, and so I think this podcast conversation can help perhaps another artist who maybe is in the same boat, who maybe is about to make a life transition from one thing to another, from one city to another, and like you say, while others are thinking of settling down, we're thinking of like a plant. You're planting new seeds and
Yes.
watering it every day and see it grow with see how it flourishes. And it comes with a lot of challenges also that
Right.
we have to
Yes.
overcome, and a lot of time that we have to spend networking, meeting people, and all these things that we have to do so that those opportunities can move ahead. And I think
Networking
just like
yeah, networking
yeah, go
is
ahead.
key.
Yeah.
And we also
Yeah.
have helped younger artists. They ask
Yes.
us for advice, some that we meet.
Hmm.
And, maybe without giving up too many secrets to also further our careers, we have gave a lot of advice to the younger artists
Yeah.
on what to do.
Hmm.
So now we feel, in our mature years, we can also give back and help and see where maybe the up and coming artists, where their gap
Yeah.
is, and to help them with things.
Exactly.
Because and I've heard you talk about this too, Sergio, is that the business end of being an artist is never really taught in
Hmm.
school.
No.
When people
Right.
when the kids go for their BFAs, or maybe it's in their MFAs, but I've been around a lot of MFA students, and they are not taught anything about the business end of it, and it's never offered
Right.
in the curriculum. So that is like my one huge piece of advice: always take a business class. For a
Yeah.
semester or
Right.
whatever, always understand your financials, understand how to write a grant.
Hmm.
Because me personally, I can't stand
Right.
grant writing, but always on how to fill out an application, how to, the
Hmm.
technical end of it, how to download your files, how to submit, how to how to do your
Yes.
financial end of the business, how to properly write a letter to become accepted
Hmm.
into
Right.
any type of open call. So for me, that is
Yeah.
hugely important. That needs to be taught.
Hmm.
And you've been
Yeah.
doing
No, I
this.
love that. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been doing this
Yeah. No, thank
since
you.
long ago. I mean,
Yeah,
helping artists in many different areas
yeah,
beside the creativity,
Hmm.
which is actually I truly believe that help you to grow like
yes,
a
yeah.
lot.
And we've had to learn it by
The,
ourselves.
Yeah.
We've completely had to
right.
learn it by ourselves, and take
Yeah.
some hits. And if we can help out some other younger students who are just maybe starting
Exactly.
out with their BFA or something, or just graduated, we're more than happy to just give them some advice, because even
Perfect.
now in the 21st century, they don't know anything about the business end of it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, and I'm so happy that you touched on that because yeah, it is kind of the you focus on the making of art,
Yeah.
but once you get out, you don't know how to then bring that art into the world, right? If you don't understand the business, how the
Yes.
art world moves, how business, and especially in a world of today where this becomes like
Yeah.
Yeah.
a tool, right, to
Yeah.
use, to connect, to network, to do everything these days. These are tools that every artist needs to have in our toolbox. Just as
Yeah.
we have a toolbox for our art supplies, we need to have a
Yes.
toolbox for our art business. Like everything you mentioned, the social media, the marketing, the website, the connections, leveraging proposals, all those things which if you
Yeah.
have them in your toolbox are going to able to give you opportunities, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
For you to be able to do things. So thank you for sharing that. And I want to talk about now about a special event that's coming up,
Right.
and tell us a little bit about this big show that's coming in July.
Right.
And what is it? Where is it at? And what we expect to see in the show?
Yeah, we've been knocking doors all over Miami. So
Hmm.
last year, one of the first organizations that I approached was the Miami Hispanic Cultural Arts Center. They focus in 90%. They have a gallery. They focus in ballet. So they have
Hmm.
theater, ballet, and a little gallery. They are putting together some show. So the curator resigned by that time when I met them, but took about a year
Hmm.
for them to say, yeah, now we believe you. Let's do something. I had the opportunity to
Let's do it.
host.
Yes.
Yeah, the very first collective show was June the 16th, through at the beginning of July with about 12 different local and international artists. So they evaluate the result and they say, yeah, we'd like to work with you. So this coming month is the international ballet event they have for 20 something years. It's a huge, it's
Wow.
a huge thing.
It's dance performances all over the Miami area in several different locations.
Wow.
And they host it, and they even bring over international dancers
Right.
to perform here, from other countries. And it's been going on for
For
least a couple
20
decades.
some, yeah. So they have like a 6 different location, Miami Beach, Broward area. So they have those opening theater and ballet for I think
That's
this
amazing.
year.
That's wonderful.
So one of the things
So tell us. Yeah.
to host a solo show as a part of the international ballet program, and
Okay.
also they select one of my pieces to be part of the publicity. So
Oh, wonderful.
yeah, I made the application and they accepted and said, yeah, we want you here. So I'm very grateful
Perfect.
because that's going to be another opportunity to reach out outside of the art
Yes.
community, some other possible clients, organizations.
Yeah.
Miami-Dade art been supporting a lot of us, and we like to penetrate into that field because it will require it's gonna help a lot for us to continue developing and doing what we love to do, and of course helping others as we mentioned. So the exhibition is going to happen. The opening show is July the 20th, and everything is about to be set within.
I think 6 to 9.
6 to 9, yeah.
Yep. Miami Hispanic Cultural Center on Southwest 5th Street.
Yes, that's correct.
Southwest 5th Street. It can be Googled.
Yes.
And it's open to the public. And entertainment? Is there going to be entertainment?
Yeah, they have some
Excellent.
entertainment.
And for how
About,
long is the show?
I believe it's about a month. Yeah. It's
okay,
August.
So
I don't remember the final
check
date, but it's about a month show.
And during
perfect. And will you?
Yes.
Yep, because their whole competition lasts for about a month.
Yes.
So that's how long the show is
Okay.
going to be up. Is about a month. Plus, Picardo's going to be doing a few other appearances in Broward County and at Miami Beach.
Miami Beach. Yeah.
Excellent. And will you will you be doing a live performance or live drumming or?
I hope so.
Working on it.
Yeah. This is actually
working on it. All right. Surprise. Surprise.
part of my passion with that, and I used to do a little improvisation during the show with my drums. The competition is very hard here. As you know, this is people from all over the world. You see people here, and also a lot of talented people as a musician. So, of course, I'm gonna be hitting into that community also because this is part of me. The drums is something that I use to express, and to talk and to connect with people.
It goes with the art. Yeah, exactly. You got to do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it. And also we're very excited also to announce here to the podcast that you will be participating in the show that we are curating, kind of our first big show that we curate here with 33 Contemporary Gallery. The show is called Interplay Geometric Abstraction. So you were one of the artists selected for the show. It's exciting. It's a show that we have.
Yes.
We have artists from Italy. We have an artist from locally here from Miami. We have artists from Ukraine, from Canada, from Scotland, from France, from Spain, from Argentina, and all over the United States who are participating in this show. And you are one of them as well. And we are happy to have you participate in this show, which opens at the Palm Beach Art and Design Showroom on August 8th. So anyone who is also in the area, please come check it out. It's going to be good. It's going to be really fun. 6 to 8 p.m. And come and have a great time. Meet many of the artists. Meet Picardo as well and Marsha. They'll be there.
Yes.
And I'm sure they'll be wearing something super fancy, super nice.
That's for sure.
I'm going to try to match. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something on my end to be outnumbered.
Yes. Why not? Why not? We're here. I'm more than happy to collaborate with you if you like to come up with something that eye-catching.
To upgrade.
Yeah.
To upgrade. Tell me to upgrade, Sergio.
Right. Beautiful. I'm honored to be part of this show, for real.
Yes.
No, thank you. We're excited to have you. And for our friends who, as we start wrapping up our conversation, for our friends who would like to know more about both of you and more about your work online and social media, where can they find you both on social media and also in the web?
Absolutely. Yes. PicardoColors.com. This is our website. Euphorical Color had the big experience last year. Somebody hacked my account, so I switched from Picardo Color to another name. But it's very easy. Picardo Colors and Euphorical Color on Instagram, and probably typing my name, Picardo, a lot of things will pop up.
In Google, he comes
up. Google,
everywhere.
So we keep building, a really good presence in social media because it's important. Today's days, this is one of the key. And sometimes we feel overwhelming the amount of work that we have to do. But take it or leave it. If you like to be in that feeling, competing,
yes.
Beside the high quality, you have to keep putting new tools, bringing new ideas. So, and we love it. To the end of the day, this is our passion. Bring us, in a good faith to share with the rest of the world a beautiful thing that we like to share.
Yeah, me.
Perfect.
Myself, I'm still working on a website. I guess I've just had a little bit more of a difficult time finding the right platform of a website, but I am on IG. I do have a Facebook account. I'm not very active with that right now. I've just been retooling since I've moved here, or since we both moved here. I've decided to retool a lot in what I offer and what I present. But my main social media is Instagram. I am on LinkedIn also.
Yes.
I'm still new with LinkedIn.
And we can find you on there.
You have to Google. You just have to.
We can find you.
Mostly on Instagram.
Yeah, on there.
It's Marsha.a.lucas on Instagram. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, that's what I was looking for the name to find you. Okay, super. Well, thank you both, for joining me today. It was really a pleasure chatting, and we'll be getting to know each other more as we get together here in the area. And I want to say also thank you to all our friends who listen to this podcast, or if you watched it, it was really inspiring to hear your story and to realize, that we are all as artists in the same community. We're all working, and we can encourage each other to push forward, to really go for our dreams, as difficult that they may be sometimes, but with hard work and determination and faith, things can be reached. And we can make an impact wherever we go. And I think that's my takeaway from both of your story and from the conversation, that, yes, we can, wherever life takes us, we can leave a mark. And Absolutely. Both of you are doing that. So thank you for sharing your story. And to all our friends, if you enjoyed this episode.
All right. God bless you.
Of course, thank you. And to all our friends. Yes, and to all our friends, if you enjoyed today's episode, do us a big favor. All the three of us are going to be really happy if you share this episode with your friends, if you send it to somebody else, maybe send it to a upcoming young artist who maybe, trying to figure out what to do with his or her art or her life. It's a great episode to listen, to get inspired. Or even a seasoned artist who right now is in the middle of a change of career or location. Send them this episode, because it can inspire them also to move to the next area in their art career. So thank you, my friends. We'll see you later. Have a great rest of your day.
Check out our website at www.theartistnextlevel.com, where you will find our podcast library, learn about our upcoming webinars, find resources relevant to your career, and much more. Thanks for listening to today's podcast, and we'll see you at the next level.